Hey everyone, Your515 here. Today I want to bring you my first impressions of Battlefield 1 and its beta, so let's get right into it. Point number 1. The game looks and sounds great. And I mean, that's been a fact of Battlefield games for a while. They look and sound great. It's no different here. That being said, everything in the game is just filled to the brim with detail. The character models, guns, vehicles, environment, they all look fantastic. And then, in many respects, I feel like the audio outshines the actual graphics. The audio design also has always been fantastic in the series, and it's no different here. And oh my god, get yourself a good stereo set or a good pair of headphones and put on the audio setting to work tapes. You'll feel like you're there, and it's crazy. And it's fantastic, and I wouldn't have it any other way, especially for a Battlefield game. Point number 2, optimization. Typically, DICE always makes great PC ports for the Battlefield games, and they did it again here. It's great. You've got a ton of options to tweak the settings so you can get, the visuals and the frame rates you want. Me personally, I set pretty much everything by default to, I believe the setting was very high, or high, whatever's one step down from ultra, because in my experience so far in PC gaming, with a lot of newer titles, ultra and very high, there's a negligible difference in how they look, and I'm getting much better frame rates. I'm almost always getting above 60 while playing in very high, typically around the 70s. So at least as it stands for me, a person who owns a GTX, NVIDIA GTX 980, I feel the game is pretty well optimized as it stands right now. I mean, there's always room for improvement. That being said, personally, I'm pleased. Point number 3, a very unique setting. It's very interesting to play a Battlefield game with all these weird weapons and just tools of the battlefield, I got gunned down the other day playing the beta. A guy wearing, he almost looked like a knight in shining armor, but with, a minigun. And there's a train with armor and cannons on it, and you got horses, you got the wooden planes. It's great. The setting, honestly, is fantastic. And it even changes the gameplay in little subtle ways. For example, tanks, not nearly as easy to take down as they used to be. If you see a tank, that's a force to be reckoned with. Not to say it wasn't in other games, but in other games, you just pull out your rocket launcher. This, you kind of got to pull out your TNT and you got to throw it. You got to chuck it. And hopefully, he doesn't get you before then. And it's little things like that that help the gameplay. That brings me to my only minor gripe with the game. As crazy as the setting is, from what I've played, as it stands right now, it's a bit of a missed opportunity to go crazy and really experiment with the franchise. I understand why they didn't do that. I was just hoping they'd do a little bit more of that. That being said, though, the game looks great, plays great, sounds great. It's just a great beta so far. I am definitely going to pick up the game. I'm not pre-ordering it. We're getting it on day 1. I want to see how the launch is first. You have to have a certain level of skepticism with these things, especially in the gaming industry. However, from what I've played, it's going to be a good game, it's going to be entertaining, and I can't wait to play it. So, remember everyone, like, favorite, and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.